Hello everyone and welcome to Mystic Moonstone's weekly angel card reading. The duration for this reading is the 31st of October, a little clue, and it goes through to the 6th of November. Okay, let's have a look and see what the cards have in store for us this week. I will be announcing the end of month winner, but I thought it'd be nice to actually announce it on the 31st itself. Okay, as that's the end of the month. Okay, we have Archangel Chamuel and Divine Love. When Archangel Chamuel comes in, he comes in on two different levels. He comes in as a spiritual careers counsellor, helping us to find the right path to our chosen career. But he also comes in as someone who helps soulmates, helps us to find our soulmate and helps in general with a soulmate relationship. You've got those two areas that you always have to think about when you have Archangel Chamuel around you. He's also a brilliant archangel if you ever lose something. He's all, you know, he'll be there and sort of help you. He actually wants to help me find my wedding ring. Okay, we have the card of battles. Okay, so for some of you there may be a soulmate relationship at the moment where you've been going through a few battles, maybe trying to kind of come to terms with things, trying to work things out. With others the battle can be within yourself if this is linked to the career path. Perhaps you've been trying for something but hasn't been working, perhaps you're in a job that you feel that you need to move on from. Okay, so let's have a look at midweek. Archangel Michael and the card of protection. So whatever you decide towards in the beginning of the week, as you go to the middle of the week, you'll know that you're protected in that decision. Sometimes when Archangel Michael comes in, it's about cutting ties with something that's no longer emotionally serving us. So once again, this could be a job that's not actually serving a purpose. It could be a relationship that's not serving a purpose. Okay, but also remember, by the flip side, Archangel Michael protects us when we really feel that it's time to take a chance, it's time to reach out for something. So it may be the protection will actually be if you're reaching out for a new job, if you're starting a new job, if you've decided that this person you're with is a soulmate, you want to take a chance and you want to go that next stage on. Okay, so remember, when Archangel Michael comes in, it can, you know, he carries a sword, and it can be a sword that cuts both ways. It can either be cutting the emotional ties that are holding us to something, or it can be cutting the fear that's preventing us from having the courage to move on. Okay, so it's that kind of sense of feeling safe, gives you that kind of strength to be able to move on. Okay, let's have a look at the next card. If you hear any bangs, it's nothing spooky. I've got Paul Mal laying the carpet. Oh dear, he gets a day off, and what do? I have him laying carpets and editing. Okay, we have the card of stillness. I love this card because it always reminds me of a child in the womb, and it's almost like an angelic reminder that sometimes, you know, we have to allow a little bit of stillness. It's human nature. We talk about moving forward. We talk about going forward continuously, and anybody who's been around the shops recently has seen everything's full of Christmas now. I saw today they were taking down all the Halloween stuff, putting all the Christmas stuff, everything was, it looked like Santa's grotto everywhere. And it's almost like we're being rushed through the wheel of the year, and we're not having a chance to actually have that stillness. And sometimes all you need is stillness. Okay, sometimes, you know, if you're making a decision, if you're thinking about something, you need what I call a duvet day, where you can just wrap yourself up in something nice and snug and just kind of sit and just chill and relax and meditate, read a favourite book, draw a picture, whatever it is that helps you to relax and enjoy that stillness. But for some reason nowadays society makes us feel almost guilty for having that stillness. So when this card comes out, I always say to people, you know, this is an angelic reminder to take some time out for you. Okay, because taking that time out, allowing that stillness, is actually healing in itself. Okay, let's have a look towards the end of the week. And as I said, I will announce the end of month winner on page tomorrow. Okay, we have Archangel Metatron I love Archangel Metatron. He's got a lovely gentle energy, but also a very proactive energy. And I always think he's a lovely card to have for the future. This card is the Heaven and Earth card, and it's about all sides embracing all that is you, okay? Because most people listening to this video will be spiritual in one way or another, but also very practical, okay? Many of you are juggling these two sides together, you know, the heaven and the earth. Okay, I know many people who have a day job doing one thing and a spiritual job doing something else, okay? So for a lot of people it's actually juggling that and finding the right path, but it is possible, okay? It is doable. Just because you've got another job that you do by day doesn't make you any less spiritual. I was going to say by night, but it doesn't matter, you know, your spirituality. I know many people who are carers, hairdressers, shop assistants even, who use their intuition on a daily basis to actually heal people, and I don't think they realise just how spiritual they are or how much, you know, good they are doing with their spirituality. Okay, so you know, it's a case of juggling the two. Okay, but when Archangel Metatron comes in, he comes in sometimes when you're feeling a little bit lost and gives you a little bit of direction. So it really feels, you know, the end of the week, you'll kind of know what direction you're going in. You'll have more an idea of where you want to go, and more of an idea of how to bring two things together. Okay, there is something else I'll add to that, but I'll get when I do my recap. And we have the Angel of Emergence. It's time for the real you to emerge. Okay, which kind of is self-explanatory, isn't it? If we go back to the beginning, and I said there was something else I wanted to add, I feel a lot of this reading this week is for those who are in maybe the beginning of a relationship, who are thinking about whether to move it on, maybe if you've had a few problems in a relationship. And the last card, Heaven and Earth, when you think about it, are complete opposites, but they need each other. Okay, and I think some relationships are like that, and I really felt, you know, what I got was I turned that card was opposites attract. Okay, so if you are in one of those relationships where you are with a complete opposite, you know, don't see it as a bad thing, you know. Probably most of you would have noticed me and Malcolm are complete, utter opposites, poles apart completely. And we've always said that I'm away with the fairies, so I give him wings, and he's my anchor, he grounds me. So together we have this like lovely combination that's kind of lasted 25 years because of that. And, you know, so I would never say that just because you're different to someone you shouldn't be with them, and quite often, you know, the opposites attracting is very, very true. Okay, so you know, we always need those kind of opposites, don't we? Day and night, hot and cold, you know, they just go together, you know, it's just part of life. Okay, so that's why I said I wanted to do that in the recap. If you are in one of those kind of relationships, as you get to midweek, you may start to get an indication of, you know, feeling safer, of being ready to move on. If it's a relationship that's not working midweek, you may decide that's when you actually find the courage within you to ask Archangel Michael to cut the ties. The same goes with a job. Okay, exactly the same, you know. So, you know, what I'm applying to a relationship here, you can apply to a job quite easily, okay? Because when you think about it, a job is like a relationship. You know, you commit to it. You have to know if it's serving a purpose for you, if it's right for you, if it makes you feel good, if it makes you feel better about yourself, if it doesn't make you feel better about yourself, if it's bringing you down, then it's time to think about moving on. So it's exactly the same for a career as really a romance path when you think about it. Okay, sometimes you need that little bit of stillness in which time to think. So quite often people who are in a job that's not serving a purpose end up getting very stressed, getting very ill, and not with anything life-threatening, but just little niggles, and they end up taking time off. And quite often you'll find people taking more and more time off before they actually find the courage within them to put their notice in or to look for another job. Okay, so sometimes we just need that stillness, and if you need to take that couple of days in order to get your head in the right place so you can actually see the solutions and see the answers, then, you know, take that time. Okay, heaven and earth, as I said, Archangel Metatron on one level is the one that actually leads us. He leads us to where we ought to be, like he led Moses to his promised land, you know. Exactly the same with career, exactly the same with relationship. He will help you with that. He also helps to get you motivated. And quite often when you are stuck in either a relationship that's not working or a career that's not working, what you're lacking is the motivation to do anything about it. He helps get you organised and to focus on what your highest priorities should be, really. Okay, and the angel of emergence, it's time for the real you to emerge. And you know, you only really find the real you when you're in a relationship that's working, or you're in a job that actually serves a purpose and actually makes you feel good about yourself, and that's when you find your wings coming out. And I want you to do that. That's when you find your wings coming out, and you know, you can literally take flight. I must have known that card was going to come out wearing this. Show my bingo wings off as well. So that's the end of this week's reading. I hope you all enjoyed it. Please watch out tomorrow because I will be announcing the winner for the end of the month. Okay, if you're going out trick-and-treating, make sure you stay safe. If you're doing bonfires this week, once again, stay safe. If you're celebrating Diwali, you know, may you know, the blessings of the divine always be with you and light always shine upon you. Okay, it's a lovely time of year with all these wonderful celebrations, all based around light and joyfulness, really. Okay, love and light to you all. Bye.